So the guys over at MetaMats said they had to send me their newest mat to review, and they said it was too beautiful to show over a picture, so they just wanted to send it and overnight it to me as quickly as possible. And I'm like, okay, yeah, sure, I'll take a look and I'll review it for you. And I was a little bit skeptical at first because I'm like, how good could a mat design be? But when I opened the package, holy shit. Cimoooooooo! What's going on, guys? It's Cimoooooooo. So today I'm bringing to you a review of the Spirit of the Warrior playmat made by MetaMats. Now, before I get into it, I do want to give you guys a disclaimer, as always, that MetaMats did not pay me to make this review. They sent this to me for review, and I'm going to give you guys a fair, unbiased, objective review of what I really think about this mat, as always, because I want you guys to form your own opinions as to whether or not you do want to buy this mat. But if you do, I will be selling them on my website, and I do get a bonus if you guys decide to purchase them through me. So if you are interested by the end of the review for purchasing this mat, check out the link to my website in the description below. But without further ado, let's get right into the review. So the Spirit of the Warrior playmat is a part of the Zen series of playmats that MetaMats is going to start producing. And for those of you who don't know, MetaMats is a mat company that designs custom-made playmats with any image or artwork that you want on their mats. Now the difference is, this is a line of products that they decide to make themselves, just so you guys have a little bit of variety, or if you don't want something custom made to your liking, you can choose one of their designs. And MetaMats has really outdone themselves when it comes to this mat. I've reviewed several of their mats in the past, and frankly, their quality and everything about their mats has only gotten better over time. And that was something I really had faith in the company that they were going to fix, because I have been critical of some issues of their mats in the past, and those are some things I'm going to help cover today. So we're going to be covering the artwork and the design of this mat, the materials, as well as the playability, you know, how it feels, things like that. So starting off with the artwork, I really don't need to say a lot about the artwork, because this is probably some of the most beautiful artwork I've ever seen printed on a mat in my life. Now, I think I might have said that in the last MetaMats review about their Way of the Warrior playmat, the one that had the cherry blossoms on it, and that was true, but this one, they've just completely outdone themselves. I believe the name of the artist is Jamie Deacon, and I believe MetaMats told me that as their primary artist, he spent about 60 plus hours working on the design for this mat. And frankly, when you look at just how detailed the design is, it really does look like they took the time and care to make this just a extraordinary piece of art. I mean, you look at the tiger and all the details on the tiger's face. I think that's probably my favorite part of the mat. And then you also have the samurai, which is very, you know, indicative of and reminds me a lot of Denko Sekko with the pose that the samurai is deciding to take. And I don't know if that was intentional or not, but it kind of like pays homage as an allusion to Yu-Gi-Oh! In itself, because this isn't exactly a Yu-Gi-Oh! Themed mat, but the artwork on it is so beautiful regardless that you can use it for any card game. And I know a lot of people don't really care if their mat design actually matches the card game that they're playing. That's kind of what I like about it. I like the fact that it's not specifically Yu-Gi-Oh! Affiliated, because that means you don't have to be a fan of Yu-Gi-Oh! To appreciate this mat. You can use this for any card game you like to play. Maybe you like to play Magic, or maybe you like to play Pokemon, or anything like that. This mat is basically all-purpose, and that's what I really like about it. It's just absolutely gorgeous. Like I said, some of the best artwork I've probably ever seen on a mat, and their printing process I feel has improved since doing some of their more previous mats, because the weird thing about full ink printing on fabric mats is the fact that sometimes it can be a little bit blurry and the image fidelity isn't as high quality as you might expect it to be, and that's kind of been an issue that I've seen in the past with these mats, but this one is some of the best high quality I've seen thus far, and I really want to give kudos to MetaMats for that. Now, As for the materials, I feel that the material has gotten better as well. If you guys remember from my Way of the Warrior playmat review, I discussed how it was a very, very good material, probably some of, in my personal view, one of my favorite materials because it was very plushy, it was very smooth, it made the slide feel of the cards was extremely well. This one isn't as plushy, it's definitely a thinner fabric, but it's still a very, very good high quality fabric. You can slide your hands across it, and you'll notice that there isn't really any transitioning in the ink. The ink is burned in there, and really it's going to stay there because I've been vigorously taking cards trying to rub off the ink, and I really didn't have any luck in doing so. So you know that it's going to last you a very long time solely for that reason. Now, another thing I really like about it is the fact that it is thinner, because with the thicker material on the Way of the Warrior mat, sometimes I would notice that the mat itself would kind of bunch up depending on how long you were playing with it, and you'd kind of have to flatten it back out. But I feel that this is the perfect balance because it still feels plush, but at the same time, the material and the fabric is thin enough that it's not really going to have that bunching up issue that was indicative of the previous Way of the Warrior mat, and that's perfectly okay, and I think that's a drastic improvement in comparison to that design. I also like with this design how it goes all the way to the edges. With the Way of the Warrior mat, it kind of was bordered off, so you would have this border and then you'd have white fabric and then the edges. But I think what's so cool about this mat is that you've got the non-fraying edges, and the fact that the artwork carries all the way over, there isn't a border defining and stopping this artwork. This artwork just is right in your face and just looks absolutely astounding. Now, as you guys know, the most important aspect to me, I don't care if it has the best artwork ever created on the mat, but if the mat itself doesn't feel good, then it's something that I personally do not care about. And this mat feels absolutely amazing. When it comes to slide feel, when you're sliding your cards across the mat, it's just so sleek and just it feels incredible. When you're doing a fan of your graveyard or any other cards on the mat, it's been a perfect slide for me every single time. I've had no complaints there, and I know with some mats, like sometimes you can slide it one way and then it doesn't really work the other way. For me, that's never been an issue, but I know some people apply more pressure when they slide one way or another, so depending on the person, that might be an issue, but for me, I did not feel that that was an issue whatsoever. This is honestly one of my favorite mats of all time, and I thought the Way of the Warrior one was setting the bar high, but now we have this mat, the Spirit of the Warrior. This one is just taking it to another level, and I really, again, want to commend MetaMats for making such an incredible mat like this. Some of my critiques of MetaMats in the past is that before they had a very sticky kind of material on the back, and I said that if MetaMats ever helped get that fix, because it made it so that your mat, when you had a two-player mat and you folded it over, the mat would stick together and you'd have to peel it apart. But they actually fixed that now, and it has a more traditional backing that you would expect from a fabric mat, so that issue is completely null and void. And honestly, I said that if they would ever fix that issue, as well as a couple other things, that I would definitely have to up their rating on the Cimoooooooo scale. So if I had to give this mat a rating, I personally would give it 7 O's out of 8. A fantastic product. I've been using it for a few weeks now and testing with it, playing with it at locals, things like that, and it is just absolutely amazing. But that's just my opinion, you guys, and if you guys know and watched my reviews in the past, I love getting feedback from as many people as possible because I like different things and you like different things. So maybe there might be some people that have different insights about how they perceive this mat. So let's see what some other people have to say about the Spirit of the Warrior playmat.
It's just as soft as every other MetaMat. It slides just as well as every cloth mat, and they even fixed a problem that I didn't even bring up last time because I felt like it was maybe just a problem with that one mat where if you were to like drag a card, there would be like a line of like either dust or dye or whatever that you have to wipe off of your sleeves, and it's like I could try as hard as I want and it's just not there.
So there was like residue?
Yeah, it was not residue, but like kind of like factory dust, I would say, just like left over. And like if you slid a card, like if you slid your graveyard, the like edges of your cards would have like dust on them. You have to wipe it off.
Interesting. I never even noticed that for how long I've used it. Yeah.
Wasn't on this one, so it's really awesome. Didn't even have to bring it up and they fixed it. They in there. That's all.
So, nice mat. Feels soft. I like the design. They put a lot of, whoever the artist is, put a lot of effort into the design, which I like. And
apparently it was 60 hours worth of work into this.
I can't imagine. I also do a lot of artwork, so this, I can see the hard work and dedication for that. It feels nice and soft, like always for a MetaMat. Glides soft for cards, and I think somebody else said something about residue. Seems fine, doesn't drag, doesn't catch, so it's all good. Always top of the line artwork.
Alright, let's take a look at this map.
But I don't have good cards.
It feels smooth, feels pristine, feels like a blanket right out of the dryer, boys. Got that nice felt, velvet feel.
Just so you know. If you find anything in there that's worth
don't mind the trash ABC deck. We're just looking at the nice mats, the nice Six Samurai artwork. Pristine, boys.
You're not wearing the suit.
I'm wearing half the suit. Alright, well, let me normal this Foolish Burial in attack mode here.
Goddamn.
It's nice. I mean, it's kind of like it's not very like the fluff is very short. Like it's like it's not as soft as like some other mats that you've shown us before. But I mean, I like it. The design's awesome. The ink looks so good.
Yeah.
Like it's not so much the feel that I'm really like. It's good. Like it's a good feel, but it's really like the actual design and the quality of it. Like it's really nice. Like the edging, the ink, like the color is so nice. Like so it's pretty much like the design and the color that I really like about it. The feel's okay. It's not the best feel I've ever felt, but it's nice.
If you're interested in purchasing one of these mats for yourself, check out the link to my website in the description below. They are currently pre-sailing for $55 US, and that is going to go up to $60 after the pre-sale is over. You also get a special limited edition token when you decide to pre-order, so I'd recommend you do that as soon as possible. But if you're interested in getting this maybe for yourself as a Christmas present, or maybe one of your friends that you're close with, that would be such a wonderful gift. And by purchasing it through my website, I do get some of the money from that purchase. So not only are you getting an amazing mat, but you're also helping support me and the channel so I can continue bringing you Yu-Gi-Oh content on a daily basis. So guys, let me know down in the comments what you guys think about the mat. I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. Guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Be sure to like the video as always. Subscribe to the channel for more amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. And if you really like this review and you want to see more, consider backing me on Patreon, because just by pledging only $1 a month, you're investing in my ability to continue bringing you amazing Yu-Gi-Oh content. So thanks so much again, and we'll see you next time.